and y'all gonna be going for a ride with me today on my way to work. But I wanted to stop by and talk to you guys real quick about some things that you could do for a full moon ritual for this full moon we have it in Capricorn. Now, let's start with full moon. You know, full moon is a time where we reap what seeds we've sown during the new moon. So whatever ritual work or meditations or prayers that you put in place during the last new moon that we had, you're going to be seeing the results of that coming here very shortly. Especially because, not specifically, but especially because of the fact that we just had a partial lunar eclipse yesterday, too. So that takes the energy of the new moon into the full moon and kind of catapults it. It's like a slingshot, you know, it goes like this, and sends your energy straight through the gateway to where you want it to go. All right. But if you didn't do anything during the new moon, no need to worry about it because the next cycle starts full moon to new moon to full moon to new moon. Those are the cycles, okay? And because we still have a full moon currently, I would recommend doing the candle ritual. The candle ritual is extremely simple, but what kind of candle ritual are we going to do, Kansu? What do we need, Kansu? I don't know what to do. Well, Kansu, the Lord of the Moon, is here to tell you what's up. Now, remember we said that it's a full moon in Capricorn? Let's look at Capricorns. What planet is ruled by Capricorn? Saturn, right? It's Saturn. Okay? And what does Saturn deal with? Anybody know? I'll tell you. Saturn deals with discipline, order, structure, finances, business, banking, and all of those things, okay? Saturn's also known as Father Time, but what does your father do when you want something? You know, you get tested. If your parents are anything like my parents, I could have whatever the hell I wanted as long as I did what I was supposed to do and got my good grades and did my chores and all that other shit. If I didn't do that, I wasn't getting anything. Saturn is the same way when it comes to spirituality and just regular spiritual work. If you ain't been doing the work, you're not gonna get shit. You're gonna get tested and it's gonna be irritating. You might get your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? You just might. But if you've been diligent, like I know you guys have, and been doing your work and doing your clearings and burning your sage and talking to your ancestors, speaking of ancestors, they are mad at everybody right now. Only because we're not spending enough time with them, we're not paying enough attention to them, and we're not feeding them often enough. On the contrary to that thought process, y'all also need to go ahead and dust off your altar too. Get some of your oils and put some oil on there and just clean it off, okay? Your ancestors are the closest link you have to get anything down here done. So if you ask me what I worship, what I take care of constantly, it's my ancestors. It's my spiritual line. It's my family line. It's my bloodline, my bone line, because those are the ones that manifest everything through the physical. The deities are not necessarily the ones you want to go to when it comes to mundane life type stuff, you know, like paying bills and getting a windfall of some money and things like that, because these deities weren't on earth. They have no concept of money. They have no concept of what it means to be a human, but your ancestors definitely do. And because you are the one that's here on this channel, you're the one that they're looking to be the one to break those generational curses. Now, back to Saturn, okay? Because it deals with finances and all of those other things, it also deals with longevity. Whereas Jupiter deals with expansion, and you can definitely work with Jupiter for money. It's more of a short-lived thing. You know, it's like a quick drop in the bucket. Here goes some money, and then that's that. Whereas Saturn tests you and refines you because it deals with longevity. It deals with the fact that, hey, you can have everything you want, but I'm going to test you first, and I'm going to make sure that you get it. So when you do get it, it'll always be there. It will always provide for you. Okay. Jupiter is a short-term thing. Saturn's a long-term thing. So in this full moon with Saturn, you're going to need four very simple ingredients. Four. That's it. One, two, three, four. Let's count them off. The first thing you're going to need is a green candle. Okay? Get you a green candle because green deals with money and finances. Okay? Second thing you're going to need, powdered cinnamon. Cinnamon is really great for protection, but it's also a really great herb for drawing in that cheddar. Okay? Um, Third thing you're going to need, You're going to need some type of essential oil, of finance oil, the prosperity oil. Personally, I prefer Oshun oil, and I do make my own if anybody's interested in oils. The link to that part of my website will be in the description below. I do make those and I do send them out. I prefer an Oshun oil, okay? And the fourth thing you're going to need is some incense. You can use cinnamon, you can use patchouli, both great, very great money drawing type incense. However, if you don't have those, work with what you got. It doesn't really matter. You just need, the elements. Lied to you. Depending on what kind of candle you get, preferably it's a 7-day candle in glass, you're going to want a bowl, and that bowl should be filled with water. Why do we put our candles in a bowl of water before we burn them? Well, Kansu, that's real simple. We put the candle in the bowl of water because that water keeps the intent and emotions and the power that you put into your candle in the candle without dispersing it. Water deals with emotion, so it'll carry it. Also, it prevents fire hazards, people. If you have a situation where your 7-day candle cracks, you know what I mean, and it starts leaking out candle wax, you could potentially have a fire if it was on a dresser or a wooden table or anything like that, right? So we put it in a bowl of water in hopes that the water will flood into the candle and actually extinguish it while you're gone or out the house, whatever, just to make sure that everything's safe. So, how do we dress this candle? That's an easy question, and I can get at that for you as well. So, what you're going to do is you're going to take your candle, carve whatever sigils it is that you want in it. It doesn't have to be sigils. You can write on it, bring me money, expand my business, whatever, just carve it in the candle. If it's a 7-day candle, that's removable. If not, you could just write it on the glass with a Sharpie on the outside of the glass, okay? Um, you're going to take a couple drops of that oil. If it's a 7-day candle, drop it on top and take a little bit of that cinnamon powder and sprinkle it on top of the candle as well. And you can go ahead, put your intent on it and light it. If it's a standalone candle, you're going to take the oil and rub it all over the candle, okay? Then you're going to get your powdered cinnamon and you're going to sprinkle it all over the candle, okay? You're going to put that candle on the holder and you're going to put that candle holder in a bowl of water, just like you would with your 7-day candle, and go ahead and light it. After that, set it and forget it. Just like those old toaster oven things, cookers we used to have, the rotisserie chicken things back in the 90s. The set it and forget it joint. That's all you're going to do. Light your candle, put your intent on it, and then walk away. Don't think about it. Leave it to the universe. What you're doing is you're taking a thought form and turning it back into a wave form so that it can come to you, okay? This is some quantum physics we're not really going to get into too deep right now. But I just wanted to stop by and give you a really, really, really quick prosperity ritual that you can do through this full moon using that lunar eclipse energy and the planetary energy of Saturn. It's very important to use the proper moon cycle as well as the proper planet that rules the zodiac that the moon is in so that you can get the best energy out of it. And once again, because it's a full moon in Capricorn and Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, it's time to get them finances together. If you have any questions, please leave comments below. Make sure that you share and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get notified each and every time I post a video. Until the next time, I'm Kansu, and I'm going to get at y'all at a later date. Peace.